Hello, I'm Andrea and welcome to the ball portion of our workout. So I've got Paula here who's expecting in about 6 weeks, and she's going to get us going with a couple of the exercises that will help you maintain your endurance in late pregnancy. The ball is a very useful tool, a tool that can help you do some really gentle exercises, and also a tool that can be used in labor, which you can check out on our Yoga Vibe for Birth video. So we're going to get started. The first thing we want to think about is safety. The ball should always be on a non-slip surface. You also want to make sure that the ball that you purchase has a feature called slow deflate, meaning if it was ever to puncture, it would deflate quite slowly as opposed to rapidly having you fall to the ground, which obviously would be very dangerous. You also want to make sure that the ball is fitted appropriately for your height. Now this one's a little bit soft because not only is Paula going to use this for exercise, she's also going to use it in labor, so it's just a little bit softer. You want your knees to be fairly in a 90-degree angle when you're sitting on the ball. So first things first, sitting on the ball in of itself helps us with our core strength. It forces us to sit up straight, drawing attention to our abdominal wall. You are forced to draw the abdominal wall in. You want to focus on keeping your shoulders down and back. A lot of people who do desk work can even use this to sit at their desk to draw deeper awareness to their posture. Some of the exercises that we can do on the ball, so we're going to get started just with some rocking. I want you to start just rocking your hips. Excellent. Perfect. Abdominals are also useful in assisting the uterus during the pushing phase of delivery. So we really want to focus on keeping them strong in a safe way. So generally speaking, after the first trimester, you wouldn't want to lie on your back. So the ball's a great place to do abdominals. So I'm going to get Paula to roll her hips off the ball, and she's just going to bring herself down onto her back. So you're going to roll right down onto your back on the ball. You can slide your bum. There you go. So bring yourself down so that you're in a tilt. There you go, letting your hips. So now you're on an incline as opposed to lying on your back. Does that feel comfortable?
That's good.
You're going to get your hands behind your head. There you go. Making sure, just like with a regular push-up, no clasped fingers, fingertips only. Taking a deep breath in, I want you to focus on exhaling, like you're giving your baby a hug. Good. Big breath in. So all the exercises that Paula's doing today, you would want to think of doing 1 to 3 sets of 8 every second or third day as you feel comfortable. Making sure you're following the guidelines for exercise at the beginning of the tape. Another part of core strength is focusing not just on abdominals, but the lower back, because those two muscle groups work simultaneously to support one another. So I'm going to get you to put your hands behind your head.
Okay.
Take a deep breath in, and we're going to bend forward for a seated ball hyperextension. So you're going to lower down, use the muscles of the back to lift up. Good. Big breath in and down. Muscles of the back to lift up. Good. Big breath in. Now I've worked with thousands of pregnant women, and I've never seen a pregnant woman, no matter how strong she is, need a shortage of lower back exercises. So I really recommend doing lots and lots of lower back exercises. The next exercise we're going to do is also for lower back, so I'm going to have you grab the ball in front. It's just adding a little bit of resistance. You want to soften the knees and stick the butt out a little bit.
Okay.
Pull the abdominals in, and I just want you to bend forward like you're lowering the ball to the ground. Big breath in and exhale, lift it up again, focusing on the small of the lower back. Good. Big breath in and down, and exhale, focusing on the small of the lower back. Perfect. Good. Another thing that we want to consider is how important arm strength is in terms of getting ready for holding your baby and carrying all the equipment that comes with your baby. A lot of women actually get tendinitis in the wrist or shoulder injuries because they just don't have the arm strength to deal with this, as well as breastfeeding posture. So I want you to bend forward. I'm going to get your arms right down there, trying to keep them in line, and I'm going to get you to do a rear pull. Excellent. I want you to focus on releasing the shoulder blades and pulling them up, making sure, as you are doing a great job, keeping your elbows in line with your shoulders. Make sure you're breathing through each phase of the exercise. So this is focusing on the middle and upper back, which is great for late pregnancy and breastfeeding posture. Good. Keep going, just give me a couple more. And again, you can do 1 to 3 sets of 8 as you feel comfortable. So our next exercise is shoulder press. So I'm gonna bring you up. And the great thing about this is something similar to the exercises that we did in the fitness portion of the video, but sitting on the ball incorporates the core. So it's a great place to do your supplementary exercises. Exhale up, inhale down, exhale up. Now if 2 arms is too tough, you can always alternate. So in the next rep, I'd like you to alternate. Good job. So the next exercise is going to be specifically for the arms. So I'm going to get you just to relax your arms down, palms forward, keep those elbows glued to the side. You're going to hinge from the elbows and doing a basic bicep curl. Good. Great. Making sure that you're not swinging the arms, which you're doing a great job of. Excellent. And then the last arm exercise, I'm just going to get you to bring your arms above, placing the weights together, and we're going to bring it down for a tricep press. Excellent. Good job. Again, keeping those elbows right in line with the ears, exhaling on the up phase, keeping that core nice and strong. How are you feeling right now?
I feel good. I feel good. My triceps are warming up.
So now we're going to do Kegels. So I work with an OB, actually, who's a client of mine, who says 100 a day will keep the doctor away. And very few women do that, many. But if you could aim for that, that's a great job. Now, Kegels is a very hard thing to describe. A lot of times we'll describe it as you're stopping urination midstream. But you really don't want to think about stop doing that actual activity, stopping urination midstream, because it can actually cause complications. So another way for me to describe it is to exactly tell women the muscles that you're working, which are right deep in the vagina, you want to focus on a contraction and a release, a contraction and a release. So I like doing them on the ball because on the ball, your pelvic outlet is open and relaxed. So you have a better sense of the sensation of contracting the pelvic floor and releasing. So we're going to do a few. You're only going to know, not us.
Only I'll know. Yeah.
I always have a little joke. I can always tell when I'm working with women in class and when they do a pelvic floor contraction, I often can tell because their face contracts too. So let's see what you do.
What I do.
So we'll give us 10. I'll count them out for you.
Okay.
So we're going to pull it up. I want you to hold it for just a second. 10 and release.
Okay.
9 and release. 8 and release. 7 and release, 6 and release, 5 and release, 4, there's those facial expressions, 3, 2, 1. And then there's just one other way that I'd like to teach you to do Kegels, and that's called the elevator Kegel. So it's a bit challenging, but I want you to think about pulling your pelvic floor up in 3 stages. So you're coming up 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Just give me a few. 1, 2, 3. Slowly bring it down. Up, 2, 3. Slowly bring it down. Perfect. I want you to roll off the ball just like you were doing with the ball crunches. Lowering it down into a ball, birthing squat, letting your body roll back over, clasping your hands. Again, anytime you're down in this position, your pelvic outlet is open, so it's a great place to also do some extra Kegels.
More Kegels.
More Kegels. Keep the chest open. And just hold this for 30 seconds to a minute. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to get you to roll back up onto the ball now. Get your hands on your hips. Bring it up into a seated position. I'm going to actually have you pop the ball in front of you now. There you go. Get down onto your hands and knees. Perfect. And so you're in a child's pose, essentially, just like from yoga. Roll the body forward, and again, letting that chest open. Perfect. And again, 30 seconds to a minute. Rolling the ball back towards you. Using your left arm, I want you to roll the ball out to the side. Place your other hand down on the floor. Okay. Getting another chest opener. Perfect. Don't forget to breathe. And again, you could hold this one 30 seconds to a minute. Again, chest openers are amazing for late pregnancy. Just like you want to strengthen the middle and upper back, you want to focus on keeping the chest open for late pregnancy posture and breastfeeding posture. Good. And the other side. Perfect. And last but not least, we want to get you sitting up on your ball again. And I'm going to have you extend your left leg and roll your hips back so you can get a nice hamstring stretch. Rolling right over. If you need to get a little more, you can actually flex the toe. There you go. Trying to keep your back flat. And you can roll it off to the other side. Perfect. Good job. So we're going to do a ball on the wall squat now, which is great for leg strength, which is great for posture, focuses on core strength, which again is good for late pregnancy posture and helping to assist the delivery of your baby. So I want you to bring the ball so it's actually down, pressing against your tailbone.
Okay.
Hands on your hips, improves your posture, make sure your chin is in line. Have your feet out far enough, and again, making sure you're on a non-slip surface, lowering it down, big breath in, and exhale. Try not to rock back against the ball, so you're coming straight down. And exhale. And this is perfect because I love how as you're dropping down, you're getting into a perfect 90-degree angle. Excellent. Perfect. I'm going to get you to get down on your knees. So now we're going to focus on, again, some upper body strength, also core strength. It's almost like a plank. We've got the ball placed against a wall, so it cannot slide, and that's where it needs to be for a ball push-up. Your knees are in a moderate position. If you wanted to make it easier, you could bring your knees in. If you wanted to make it harder, you could bring your knees out. So a little bit wide on the ball. I like the ball push-up for pregnant women because it actually takes pressure off the wrists, because you're down and your wrists are very flat. Big breath in and down. And exhale. Squeeze. Good. And again, you can do a set of 8, or you can do up to 3 sets of 8, depending on what you feel comfortable with.